Hello, Prynawn da, good afternoon, and croeso nôl. Welcome back to the woods. I haven't been here in a little while. Well, some of you know I've been feeling a little bit poorly this week. A few coughs and a few colds. Now, I'm still full of coughs and colds today, but I'm going to muster through. How are you doing? Have you had any coughs and colds, feeling a bit poorly? I think a few people have. Well, I hope you're sitting somewhere comfortable and warm with a blanket, maybe a drink too, because today I'm going to tell a story. Now, I was talking to Daisy Ray yesterday in nursery, and I said, I'm not sure what to sing this time, Daisy Ray. I don't know which video to do. I said, maybe I could tell a story. No, she said. Oh, okay. Maybe I could do a story and a song. Yes, she said. So I'm going to do a story and a song. Now, today's story is called Why Do the Leaves Change Colour in the Autumn? It's more of a question, isn't it? Well, I have a couple of leaves in my pockets, actually. I have one here, green, and one here, yellow. They've changed colour. Well, this story explains why that happens. We have to go back in time, a long, long way. Now, this is not a true story, it is just a story, but I like it all the same. See, a long time ago, thousands and thousands of years ago, before Skara Brae even, a long time ago, there was a painter who lived in the caves, and he used to paint nature on the walls of the cave. He loved everything natural, all the animals, all the flowers, and he'd paint them, all sorts of colours on his cave wall. See, some of his favourite flowers were daffodils, bright yellow flowers. Some other flowers he liked were tulips, orange colour, and roses too, red. He loved painting those on his cave walls, and lots of animals too. He sometimes painted cows and bulls. He was a lover of nature, but his favourite thing in all the world were trees. And trees back then never changed colour. They were green. They always were green, all the way through the year, green. The problem was, he didn't know how to make the green colour. He didn't have any green paint. He didn't have any green powder. He couldn't paint his favourite thing, trees. He lasted a while, you know, he painted his flowers and he painted his animals, but he started to get a bit upset. I want to paint these trees. He didn't know what to do. He tried and he tried to make green paint, but he couldn't figure it out. So one day, he came to the woods, just like this, and he wanted to ask the help of the tree spirits. So he sat down in the woods, he took some food, and he stayed there all day and all night, until it was quiet. Just the birds and him. And as the moon climbed in the sky and the sun went to bed, shh, the tree spirits came down and they walked around him. He didn't know what to do at first. He'd never seen them before. Hello, he waved. They were a bit shy at first, but then they said hello back. What can we do for you? Said the tree spirits. Well, the painter explained that trees were his favourite thing in all the world. Beautiful green colour. And he was a painter and he'd love to paint, but he couldn't paint them. He didn't have any green. Could they help him? Well, the tree spirits, they didn't know anything about paint or painting. They couldn't really help him to make any either. But they did have an idea. Now, as we all know, trees take their energy from the sun and they use their green leaves to bring the energy down into the tree. But after the summertime, when the sun starts to disappear and the days get shorter and the nights get longer, the tree spirits thought, maybe we could change the colour of the trees themselves. Could you paint them then? Oh, change the colour of the trees? Well, it's not a bad idea. What colours would you change them? Well, what are your favourites? Well, I love daffodils actually, and tulips, and roses. Very well. So, summer came, and all the sunshine shone, and the trees got all the energy they needed from the sun, and the painter painted all the flowers and the animals. And as the summer passed, and the autumn came, the trees didn't need that much energy anymore. So, the tree spirits changed the colours of the trees. First yellow, then orange, and then red. And the painter looked at these beautiful trees and he thought, they are more beautiful now than I've ever seen them. And he painted with all of his might as fast as he could. Yellow trees, orange trees, red trees. Night after night, he would come back to the woods and paint the trees. But you know, when it got colder and we headed into winter, all these new colours on the trees were just too much for the trees to take. And those leaves started to fall down onto the floor, just like all of these leaves here. But it's okay, because the earth started to warm up again in the spring, and the leaves grew back again. Green. That's the colour they are. And each year, the tree spirits would change the colour of these leaves so the painter could paint them. Now, of course, that was a long, long, long time ago, and the painter is no longer with us. But the tree spirits still remember him, and every year they change the colour, all the leaves, in memory of their friend. Well, now you know. Well, I'd like to mention two people before I sing a song. I started my Busy Andy channel up again in April, and it was just after my nan passed. My nan, Nana Boo Boo, she was called, she used to tell us stories when we were little, and she'd tell us amazing stories of Phantom Nappy, the evil witch Woo Wah, the flying red bus, and Yogi Bear and Boo Boo. She was always Boo Boo, hence her name. So I like to remember my nan and say thank you for all the stories that she told me. And I'd also like to mention my next door neighbour, Jeff. He passed this week, and he had a beautiful garden. He was always in the garden, made it lots of different colours all year round. So this story is for those two people. Now, the song I'm going to sing is called Leaves Are Falling, and we've been singing this in nursery recently, so I know you know it. But if you don't, you can learn it now. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Leaves are falling, one fell on my nose. Leaves are falling, one fell on my toes. Leaves are falling, one fell on my head. Leaves are falling, yellow, orange and red. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I really hope you enjoyed the song. Now, tomorrow I have a big run ahead of me. Tomorrow morning in Mould is the Flintshire 10K. Now, as part of my Childline run, I'll be doing it. Whether I have a cold or not, I will be doing it. So maybe I'll see some of you there tomorrow. Maybe you'll have more sense than me and stay in your cozy beds. Well, I'll see you again soon. Bye bye for now. Hwyl am y tro.